Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Houston Texans. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh. Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. Chopper, chopper. 10. Bang, 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 bang. Let go. Let go.
They'll throw on first down with Osweiler. And he'll find Akins there, complete. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Osweiler. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Black 20. Let's go, D.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned it. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Dante Moncrief, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Boswell good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 21-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing, Osweiler. Thomas has got it, complete. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
3rd and 2. Now Osweiler. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Brian Poole that time there to get a hand on it. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Here's Switzer. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're 1 to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
First carry for James Conner. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 41 Mike.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And he's got Moncrief. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's J.J. Watt. He had a little bit of a turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. And able to work his way down to the 16. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check 61. Matchbox lights.
Now it's Miller. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Here we go. 8, read. Protein spill. Ready to go. Clear. Now.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, and result, touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, and it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Switch.
Now it's Roethlisberger. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Watch the run. Help out. Hey, exit.
29. Hey, let's get that ball. Yeah, let's get that ball right here. 29 is the money.
Here's Roethlisberger. It's caught by Moncrief. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a 1st down.
First down, Pittsburgh.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Set. 230. 44. Let's go.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Moncrief brings it in. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. Here's Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Again, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. This is Miller. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On 3rd and 1, Osweiler. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the slant.
From the shotgun, Osweiler. Open man is QT, complete. And it's a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40.
And the Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing on second down. Roethlisberger. And this is Moncrief with a catch. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First down, Steelers.
Black 20.
Drop deep, drop deep.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Ben to throw again. Got an open man. It's Washington. He's got daylight. The 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now Osweiler. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now it's Connor. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He's going to need a little mustard on this one. It'll be a 51-yard attempt. And the former Rice Al Boswell puts this one through in his return to Houston. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Check 3, check 3.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Osweiler. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he's out of bounds as as he gets this down to the 45. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Ready, ready. 18 Gator. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, twist. Kill. Blue jaw corker. Right. Deep river.
On first down, it's Miller. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
We own them. Kill. Check hot route. Recon, 132 fighter. Check 4. Check 9. Ready. Go.
They'll run it again with Miller. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally down at the 9-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be second and goal coming up.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? They'll go with Foreman. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Ben leaves to counter on the draw. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
77. Hey, check Mike 39.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They were looking for Johnson that time, but now it's third down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have, it's chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a third time. Picked up by Brian Calhoun. Past the 20. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Jack 16.
Back to the air, Roethlisberger after the pick 6. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And the Steelers 1st down.
Roethlisberger now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back Connor. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Good dash.
Come. Alert. Alert.
Now Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
For Juju Smith-Schuster. It's 2nd down and 10.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Snickers. 50. Middle. Hey, Foxtrot.
On the draw, Connor. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Osweiler. Now he's forced out right. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They start with a give to counter. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
They go jet sweep. Washington with it. Able to push his way through. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the 31, Roethlisberger over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On first and 10 is counter. A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Brings up second and 7 at the 43-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
No spacing. 44.
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Let him know, let him know.
Again, a run with counter. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis. Or do you prefer ping pong, you know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
A loss of 2 there, second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Alert three.
They go play action now. Osweiler. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And this one will be brought back to the 22. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on first down. It's Connor, and he'll be brought down inside the 20. At the 19.
Bernard McKinney on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a 2nd down, but they are in field goal range. They go jet sweep. Washington with it. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. James Washington. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Steelers 24, Texans 17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. It's complete to Fuller. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They'll look to throw. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. He's back to throw. It's complete to Hopkins. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Osweiler to throw. Completes it to Dixon. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The linebacker, T.J. Watt, there on the coverage. And that one is incomplete, and it stops the clock at 12 seconds left in the half. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
It's now 3rd and goal.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Hey, Alpha.
Line's 50, line's 50. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't.
Look at me. Zipper.
Back to throw. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with an extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down one, is tempted to go for two. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now it's Roethlisberger. He'll dump this one off to Connor. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Black 20.
I got you. I got you. Check. Check. Check.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Alert, alert.
Lucky.
Show that bench release and go. Hey, Delta. Black,
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check now.
50.
Check 26.
X3. 218. Chop.
Ben to throw again. And that time almost intercepted. That would have changed things here in overtime, but instead 2nd down.
Black 30.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
These two.
Motion.
Easy.
Mike 29. Know your job. 29 is a Mike.
Smooth. You ain't good.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. Going deep to the end zone for Jude. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Jordan Berry now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They begin with a run by Miller. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. The tackle there by Antoine Woods.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I smell fear in that offense. Check 24, check 24.
Again, it's Miller. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there.
5. Mike 50.
Now what can Osweiler do here in overtime? He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And it's fielded at the 34. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Fit that. 230.
I'm trying to collect. Deuce.
Hey, alert. Whirl. Hey, orbit.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. He finds his tight end Gentry. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT.
Here we go. 180.
55. Don't let it breathe.
Black and burn.
On 1st down, Connor. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage you gain there is really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. is able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance out field goals from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for Pittsburgh, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. Thanks for tuning in.